Somebody was talking about some podcast earlier. And we actually have podcast tools built into K-State Online that you can use for your students. So what you can do is you can actually create a folder, name this one podcast. If you go into the properties of the folder, go into folder options, you can actually enable an RSS feed and an iTunes feed for the students. So I'll go ahead and do that. So now I'll go ahead and publish this so we can see what it looks like here. Some more content. Okay, let me actually come in here. So I already have one podcast, week 1. Now it's time for me to do week 2. So what I do is come into new item again. And there is a voice recording. It's pretty basic. Give it your title. Oop, if I can spell. A couple of things to note here. 20 minutes is the maximum that you can speak. Students don't want to listen to you for more than 20 minutes. And it's also a limitation of the system, so it works out really well. You can actually choose the quality. I'm actually going to leave it at the standard quality because it actually sounds really good in standard quality, and it will be a smaller file for the students. And I'll let you see what that kind of sounds like here. I'll hit create. Basically, we'll pull up this window. Looks pretty familiar, just like Wimba Classroom, same record button. We have a lot of text, which basically says, if you hit this button, it'll record you. So now, you will see our bar jumping here. That means it's picking up my mic, and it's recording my audio. I can talk. I'm at 8 seconds, 9 seconds, 10 seconds, so I can keep an eye on how much time I have remaining. Once I'm done, I click the stop. If I want to preview it, so now you will see our bar jumping here. That means it's picking up my mic, it's recording my audio. It's in stereo. I can talk. I'm at 8 seconds, 9 seconds, 10 seconds, so I can keep an eye. And I'm actually over here talking, so there's no reason to have to jump through there. Once you're done with your recording, you just close this box, and now week 2 shows up right here. Now, if I publish this, it'll be available for the students. One thing to keep in mind, if you go back here and do this, and you want to listen to it, and I accidentally click the record button again, it wipes out your recording. Just like your old cassette tapes, if you hit record, it's going to write over whatever is there. So now I have to re-record my whole presentation. It only takes you doing that once for you never to do it again. Once that's done, though, exactly. For the students, though, when you publish it, instead of them seeing that player, they're actually getting an MP3 that they can download. So they get a pure audio file that you don't have to worry about converting it to MP3 and worry about all the encoding and stuff like that. We do it for you all on the server. So you can do a whole folder with these, publish it with RSS. They can subscribe to it in iTunes. So every time you update it, they're notified when you have a built-in podcast in your course. With minimal work, you still have to do a little bit of work, but it's pretty easy to do without having to go to the Media Development Center and learning a bunch of software. The same thing also, you can also add the voice tools to the announcements where you can actually leave a voice message for an announcement. We're looking at eventually adding that to the message board so you can actually have a dialogue back and forth with the message board. And the file Dropbox. Students can actually submit voice things to the file Dropbox. This is great for a presentation. If they don't have a camcorder or something and they need to do it remotely, they can record their presentation and do it that way. So you have some options here, just kind of however you want to use them.